Welcome, Leo. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I am here to do an October general reading for the Leo Collective. I'm going to get started with a horoscope reading, and I'll finish it off with an oracle card at the end. So the card at the bottom of the deck is the Ten of Wands. This is showing you, Leo, to be at the end of a very long and arduous road. You're ready to put down your wands. You're exhausted. You've gotten somewhere, but you don't know where it is. You put a lot of energy into something, and it's over. It's completed. But you're thoroughly drained. And in many ways, now that you are releasing the burdens that you've been carrying, you're ready to start afresh. This task has been completed. Let's see if we can get some more information about this. The first house is the King of Pentacles, and this shows you, Leo, in a more grounded state. This shows you feeling your power and bringing it into some kind of material form, manifesting material abundance. In every area of your life, you're focusing this attention. This is a practical plan. You've created your abundance step by step, deliberately, slowly, and confidently, each step of the way. A lot of hard work you've put in to achieve this. The second house shows us the Page of Swords, and this is you really scrutinizing your possessions, scrutinizing the way that you've gained your possessions. So you're focusing on really understanding the way you think, the way you're thinking through your projects, the way your thoughts are influencing your actions, your behaviors, and what kind of a reality that you want to create with your thoughts. So this shows you stepping back and actually making an effort to focus your thoughts and build your thoughts into your reality. So it's building abundance by thinking differently. The third house is the Eight of Wands, and whatever you're working on, whatever you're contemplating, whatever direction you're moving into is happening very, very rapidly. This shows you communicating. I get a sense that you're communicating a variety of ideas. These thoughts generally and actions appear to be your very own actions, your very own interests, your desires, your thoughts, and you're focusing them very intently in one particular area. This shows you communicating and inspiring others, perhaps, with your ideas. In the fourth house, the Ten of Cups, and this is in some ways a look at the past. So we have another 10 that's repeated, and 10s are always a kind of completion, an ending, a cycle, completing and beginning again, the wheel. So as number 10 is also number 1, and that shows you with an opportunity after having completed not only some hard work, some serious responsibilities and obligations, but also enjoying the emotional satisfaction of having completed that work. And in your fourth house, this can indicate that you have a solid foundation of emotional satisfaction, completion, confidence, and abundance. But it is emotional abundance. It's an emotional richness that you enjoy in your home base, from your past. You're building from this past of, of emotional comfort, protection, nurturance, and abundance. The fifth house is the Hermit card. The Hermit is our first higher arcana card, and it is opposing the Wheel, the other arcana card that strengthens both of these. But the Hermit right now is showing that your method, your practice of materializing and manifesting your inspirational ideas, the way that you're capable of directing and delegating responsibilities and information, are part of what has become a model for others as to how to manifest and how to seek answers. So your manifestation is coming from your quest for answers, your quest, you're seeking advisement from authorities, elders, ancestors, those that have the knowledge that you need. You're seeking that, and you're able to convey that information. Those lessons that you've learned, you're able to share with others in such a way that your practice itself becomes a model for others. In the sixth house, you have the Ace of Pentacles. And this is showing, this is very much focusing on ways of working, ways of being productive, ways that you yourself motivate yourself in your work life, in your routines, in the ways that you take care of yourself. You are very freshly grounded in a new direction. You're moving in a more practical way, in a very practical way. And your history of mastery is what is encouraging you, giving the confidence to move into a new project, a new area, joining a new team perhaps. And you are coming you have been attracted, this team has been attracted to you because of your accomplishments, because of your ways of working, your methodology of working. It's very practical and thoroughgoing, and this is what you're bringing to the team. But underneath this practical way of manifesting abundance into your life is a grounding in emotional abundance. So you really are able to harness this emotional abundance that you've gained from your past, lessons from your past, maybe family of origin, to build on this solid foundation. You build these new practical steps on the foundation of confidence, pleasure, joy, and satisfaction in the process of creation, in the process of building. The seventh house is significant others, and the Page of Cups shows you, again, taking the opportunity to learn, taking the opportunity to be a beginner. In the past, your emotional satisfaction, your desires, the cultivation of talents and abilities came from being nurtured by desire, nurtured by a strong emotional foundation of care and protection. And now you are learning to utilize and manifest this same environment that has supported you in your self-development to help others to develop their own practice and routine, ability to manifest, ability to ground themselves into the earth, to be practical and reasonable as they build a logical plan to move forward. And it does seem in some ways that these are counterintuitive, air and water. But this gives you the ability to feel your emotions and the willingness to explore that afresh as in your interactions with others, you are now experiencing new emotions. And indeed, we have feelings about our feelings. We have judgments about our feelings. In many ways, you're learning to unjudge yourself for your natural ability to inspire, to move passionately, to understand that that is a gift that you are able to harness. You're also able to harness this incredible ability to feel and express your feelings, explore your feelings in safety. The 8th house is where you share resources with others, Leo, and the 2 of Pentacles shows you vacillating between 2 different and alternate realities. You're exploring them as you juggle them. You are not committed to either one, but you are really trying to understand and appreciate the value of both as you contemplate your way forward, focusing the tension between your desires and your need to be practical. Your passion and your pragmatism is actually moving you to a greater understanding of these 2 ways of working, these 2 ways that you are able to pull these different energies into a synthesis. And that's propelling you forward at this time. The 9th house, the 9 of Wands. There's a little more of this. There's a little more of your incredible stamina and perseverance as you've gained many lessons, you've made many investments along the way. You are somewhat damaged, you've been somewhat harmed, you've fallen, you've gotten back up, but you are absolutely determined to not only complete this effort, to drop one way of doing things and begin anew in a more collective way. This is you learning to work and manage the energies of many people in perhaps a leadership capacity. But despite your leadership, you are still responsible for managing the efforts of all of your legions that are working with you, all of the teammates, all of your guides, allies that are working with you towards a goal that has been very hard going. But you're managing them in the effort of communicating this process of manifestation that you are sharing with others. So the 8 and the 9 and the 10 are telling a story of your ability to communicate the steps that you are taking to achieve your goal. The 10th house, this is how others see you, the 6 of Cups. This is a beautiful card that indicates that you may have, particularly as the leader, that you might possibly be Leo, are possibly in danger of having given too much in the past, overprotecting, nurturing your team, supporting your team in ways that may be best for you to step back and receive. So this card, as we know, is about giving and receiving. It's about balance in relationships. 6 of Cups is also helping you to revisit a time in your past, opposite the 10 of Cups, when not only were you discovering your talents and abilities, your passions were easily expressed, naturally expressed, and there is a kind of innocence to that you are returning to on your own behalf, returning to where these gifts and passions and the desire to not only achieve but to gain satisfaction, an emotional reward from your efforts at partnerships. The 11th house is where you, again, are sharing with tribes and affiliations, your humanitarian efforts, ways that we make the world a better place. And I mentioned earlier that this is opposing the Hermit. The Hermit is poised to model what he's learned for others. And this message is repeated over and over again in this reading. The Wheel is the card that shows you receiving now what you have sown. It's an interesting juxtaposition to the Six of Cups, where you are returning to a fluid partnership and joy in collaboration in your past, a kind of innocence and giving without looking for reward. Here you have treated others in ways that you wish to be treated. Sometimes you have sown seeds that felt invisible, but at this point the universe is giving you back what you have given to others. This is a kind of karma at this time, but one in which you are rewarded by the collaborators, the co-creators that you work with, have worked with in the past, and the universe is flipping the situation so that you are favored. Opportunities are coming your way in a very favorable, positive light. And in some ways, I see it's allowing you to lead by following, lead by stepping back, leading by example, rather than actually being the big boss. The boss is you in your life, but on behalf of others, you are now leading in a gentler way. The Four of Cups is in the 12th house. The 12th house is the end of our lessons, the end of this situation, and the Four of Cups shows you fairly comfortably established in your emotional realm. In some ways, your ability to focus on your individual needs, your individual accomplishments, and the ways in which you've improved your ability to manifest has become almost unchallenging for you. You were on the verge of becoming bored in your work or in your communal efforts. You were losing interest because you didn't think that your efforts were going anywhere. And actually, you have indeed flipped in some way your perspective on working, your perspective on achievement. You are thoroughly settled in the emotional abundance that is generated from your successful attempts at working with others, helping others, showing others, teaching others, is now something that is right there and is providing you with a new level of learning, growth, and even healing. I'm going to pull a oracle card. This oracle deck is from Divine Doors, and I have something that's popped out right away. It's a beautiful temple, fiery temple archway. Silent skill. I challenge you to unpack your mind in meditation's grace. The soul can unwind. Breathe in, breathe out, let go of doubt. I'm going to leave it here for you, Leo. I thank you so much for your presence. I appreciate you. If you've appreciated this reading or found it useful, please like and subscribe. Again, this is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and until next time, Namaste.